In the months leading to a deployment of police officers to Haiti, Kenya's President William Ruto consulted with political advisors, security officials and foreign leaders. But he's also sought more unconventional counsel from a group of Christian evangelical pastors who are close to him and his wife. That group has been playing a key role in preparations for the UN-approved mission to tackle rampant gang violence. Ruto and his wife Rachel wear their faith very publicly and have involved evangelical leaders in matters of state. That includes through the First Lady's faith diplomacy program, which enlists religious leaders to support social initiatives.
We felt at the national altar that we cannot allow our police to go to Haiti without prayer.
In March, she said a group of pastors was working on a spiritual solution for Haiti. Spokespeople for Ruto and his wife did not respond to requests for comment. The pastors' efforts have included meetings with Haitians in the United States, evangelical counterparts, US government officials, and even Haiti's most notorious gang leader, Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier. Serge Musasilwa, one evangelical pastor involved in the initiative, said he believed prayer would help quell the violence and that they could still appeal to Barbecue's moral sense.
This guy might be a devil, but there is something that we can build on.
Pierre Esperance, executive director of the National Human Rights Defense Network in Haiti, said Kenya should stick to its security mandate. He called the outreach to gang leaders an insult to their victims. However, people involved in the initiative say relationships forged with Haitian communities will help avoid the mistakes of foreign interventions in recent decades. Besides failing to stabilize Haiti, those missions have left behind legacies of human rights abuses and disease. But evangelicals have their own complicated history in Haiti. Resources have been poured into humanitarian projects, but there's also been ethical scandals, including alleged child trafficking following a devastating 2010 earthquake. Today, Haiti is facing an escalating hunger crisis. Gang fighting has forced hundreds of thousands from their homes and closed ports, cutting off key supplies. Gang violence killed more than 1,500 people in the first 3 months of this year. The Kenya-led multinational mission was approved in October but has been hit by repeated delays. Nevertheless, the Ruto administration has insisted that the deployment is imminent.
It's a staple foodstuff in Egyptian homes, which means it hurts when bread gets more expensive. And that's just what happened in a very dramatic way for many households. On June the 1st, the Egyptian government quadrupled the price of subsidised bread provided to the poor. Now the loaves are still available to some 70 million people, priced at less than $1. Even so, shopper Mohammed Abdulaziz says the big increase is hurting.
Of course the price hike impacts me. The prices were already affecting me financially. We are barely making it with the current situation. We just rely on God. I try to find a side job to add to my salary. This is the only way to survive. Otherwise you can't make a living. Of course the salary itself will not be enough. And even with the raise, it won't cover the increasing prices.
The price increase was the first for decades. Egypt's government says it had to act amid soaring prices for imported wheat. Previous administrations had feared making the hike, concerned it could spark unrest. Instead, they tried moves like limiting eligibility for subsidised loaves. Now, poor families face a quadrupling in spending on the staple. Timothy Kaldash from the Tahir Institute for Middle East Policy says the government is making a mistake.
Look, social protection in Egypt is already very weak, and the bread subsidies are really an essential component of ensuring some degree of food security for the Egyptian populations. While the cost of bread subsidies is not negligible, it's also not enormous. And in terms of the government's priorities, I think it's something that should stay until far into the future.
The government says it is expanding the social security safety net to help compensate. But critics say these subsidy cuts come after years of heavy spending on infrastructure megaprojects, which drove public debts even higher. Now the increase comes on top of rising utility bills, leaving Egypt's poor families with even less money to pay for the next meal.